Yeah, I want to jump on the bandwagon of saying that I regret my vote for Trump. My whole family does. My husband and I own a farm in Ohio that was funded through the Inflation Reduction Act, which Biden signed into law. And now the executive orders from Trump are rolling back all of that funding for us. So now we can no longer afford our farm. And when all that happened, it was like a lightning bolt hit my brain. And I realized that I shouldn't just be voting for myself, that Trump's policies and EOs are hurting millions of people. But it took it affecting me personally to understand what I had done was wrong. And I think it's really important for anyone to come out who voted for him and is now negatively impacted by the executive orders, or maybe you have friends or family, especially in minority communities, who are being very heavily impacted by what's going on right now. So, yeah, I think it's time for us to stop being so selfish, maybe, and to vote for what's best for the country instead of just in our tiny little bubble, because we're all in the same boat now and we're all equally screwed by our new president.
I don't know if you guys are aware of it, but a lot of people are saying they're leaving MAGA now and they're angry at Trump. And I'm like, why all of a sudden they're talking about the Iran war and Trump getting involved? Some people are complaining that the groceries, inflation, gas prices, the economy pretty much has not improved. Like Trump promised day one, he was going to lower everything, make all your dreams come true, all the bullshit. So a lot of people are realizing that the economy is not improving. I mean, I don't know what you MAGAs do when you go to the grocery store. You look the other way, pretend that the prices aren't going up for the most things, the most items. A few items have gone down, but not significantly where you can say, wow, I can really feel in my wallet that things are improving. So I guess the last draw for MAGA was the war, that Trump might be getting into a war and MAGA can handle it, can stand it, because they don't want another war.
I voted for Trump and I regret it. Why do I still have access to an education? Why do I still have the right to vote? Why can I go out and become the CEO of a major corporation if I choose to do so? Why can I, as an American woman, still do anything I want, even though Trump is the president? Trump being president is really stressing me out because I was told my rights were going to be taken away from me and the world would stop spinning. So why have both of those things not happened?
What connects a farmer in Ohio, a voter turning on the war in Iran, and a woman questioning her own predicted loss of rights is not ideology. It's the gap between promise and consequence. The Inflation Reduction Act put federal dollars directly into rural communities, and rolling back that funding doesn't just cut a line item, it removes income people built their livelihoods around. That's not abstract policy, that's a mortgage payment. Meanwhile, the economic promises made on day one, lower prices, no new wars, are being measured against a grocery receipt and a headline about troop movements. When those promises don't hold, the frustration isn't hypothetical, it's financial and personal. This is the pattern worth watching. Support built on specific promises collapses fastest when those promises meet a bank statement.
It's time to speak up. Well, it appears the joke's on me. It appears I have been the biggest fool alive. You see, before the last couple of days, I knew that there was a segment of MAGA who just hated, who just wanted to burn the world down and they don't care who they hurt. In the meantime, I knew there was that section, but I really, really thought that most of MAGA just didn't get it. I really thought they just didn't understand. They didn't understand economics because it's complicated. They hadn't studied Project 2025, so they didn't know what was coming. But I really thought when he got in there and started doing the things that hurt so many people, that they would realize and that they would, but they don't care. Y'all have been telling me this for 2 months. And I kept saying, no, we just have to explain it to them. We just have to. Now, I know there are a few. And I thank you guys. You make it worth sticking with this. But over the last couple of days, I have realized that the majority of Republicans do not care.
You didn't get a wall. You didn't drain the swamp. You didn't get affordable health care. You didn't eliminate the national debt. You didn't get new infrastructure. You didn't get Hillary Clinton locked up. You didn't get Epstein accountability. You didn't get a $5,000 Doge check. You didn't get a $2,000 stimulus check. You didn't get lower grocery prices. You didn't get help buying a home. You didn't get America first. You didn't even get peace. You lost family, friends, and credibility. So what did you gain?
Hi, everyone. So I'm with one of my really good friends. She voted for Trump.
Regret.
And you know what? Well, yes. But guess what? It's not time for us to do that. The time is come for us to figure this shit out. Okay?
It's time. The medical field is getting fucked right now.
Right. So when the healthcare starts to be affected, we're fucked.
We're all fucked.
Yeah, we're all fucked.
Yeah.
So guys, we have got to get this together. I get that we're all like, fuck Trump and fuck everything and fuck these people that voted for him. But guess what? We're all in this together. Right? Yes.
Yes.
And I know people want to hear that you regret your vote.
As of right now, I'm very unhappy with where we are economically, for sure. It worries me.
But guess what?
We're all
This needed to happen.
Project 2025 was not a secret document. It was published, debated, and cited repeatedly before the election, which is what makes this section so significant politically. The disillusionment being expressed here isn't about surprise at hidden information, it's about the failure of specific itemized campaign promises: the wall, the debt, healthcare, Epstein-related accountability, stimulus payments, and peace abroad. None of those were delivered. That list matters because it's measurable. Voters can check each promise against reality. And when a list like that comes back empty, the political cost isn't just disappointment, it's credibility. Once a base starts questioning whether leadership follows through, that erosion tends to spread beyond any single issue into a broader crisis of trust in the institution itself.
If I hear one more fucking person say, "This is not what I voted for," I'm gonna fucking scream. This is exactly what you fucking voted for. You know, we talk about ways of coping in these horrible times. You know how I cope? I go on YouTube and I watch long-ass videos of MAGA regretting their vote. And as they're sitting there crying and distraught and being like, how could I have been fooled so badly? You know what the common denominator always is? It's not about all the disgusting, horrible things they've done to little kids. It's not about all of the black and brown people that they're shipping off to El Salvador without due process. It's not about the innocent fucking civilians that are getting shot in the street. It's not even about the hundreds of billions of dollars of tax money that he's stealing from the American people for his own vanity projects. It's because the bullshit finally affected them personally. It's because while the core ideology of the modern conservative movement is racism, which is why they fell for Donald Trump in the first place, their primary motive for anything is selfishness. And that is the sole reason they were so goddamn gullible that they swallowed everything Donald Trump said, yet they refused to listen to anyone else. Trump's gonna build a huge wall and Mexico's gonna pay for it. How do you know that? 'Cause he said so. Trump is a successful billionaire. He's a great businessman. How do you know that? He's been bankrupt multiple times. I don't know, 'cause he said so. Donald Trump is the only person who can get us out of this mess. How do you know? He said so. I mean, also, the Epstein files were entirely a Democratic hoax, and the 2020 election was stolen with no evidence, and the 20-plus people that have accused Donald Trump of sexually assaulting them are all lying. You know how I know? Because he said so!
I never thought in a million years that I would actually regret voting for Donald Trump. Listen to this, you guys. My job has been frozen. Okay, I was one of the top researchers in my department. And, you know, I never thought the day would come when an unelected person like Musk would start digging into where everyone's tax dollars are going. I thought my job was safe. Okay, now because of Donald Trump and Elon Musk, how are we ever going to find out if cats really hate dogs and dogs really hate cats? I mean, we were making groundbreaking work, okay? And we were on the cusp of discovering that felines and canines really do, at their core, hate each other. And now it's gone. It's all gone. I cannot believe I voted for this.
I was a Trump supporter. I don't know how long I can keep doing this. I have a construction company, and not a fucking thing is getting done. This is what I get. This is what I fucking get. Nothing but white boys. Takes 4 days to do a 1-day job. I might have fucked up.
Two
If I hear
threads run
one more
through this
fucking
segment that
person
go
say,
beyond
"This
one
is not
person's
what I
frustration.
voted for,"
The
I'm gonna
first is the
fucking
role of
scream.
unelected
This is
influence
exactly
over federal
what
spending
you fucking
decisions.
voted for.
When
We
non-governmental
talk about
actors
ways
gain
of
the authority
coping
to
in
freeze
these horrible
research funding
times.
or
You know how
restructure
I
agency
cope?
budgets,
I
it
go on
raises real
YouTube and I watch
constitutional and
long
accountability
ass
questions
videos.
about who actually controls taxpayer-funded institutions.
I never
The
thought
second is labor. A construction
in a
company
million
owner
years
describing a workforce that can't
that I
complete
would
basic jobs
actually
points to a
regret
deeper economic reality.
voting for Donald
Policy
Trump.
decisions around labor
Listen to
supply
this, you
have
guys.
direct physical consequences
My
on productivity
I
and
was a
business
Trump
operations,
supporter. I don't know how
regardless of
long I can
political
keep doing this.
affiliation. What ties these
I
hooks
have a
together
construction
is that
company,
the consequences of these decisions
and
didn't stay theoretical. They landed on payrolls,
not a
research budgets,
fucking
and job
thing is
sites,
getting done.
which is exactly where political rhetoric tends to lose its
This is
power to
what I get.
persuade.
This isn't what I voted for. This isn't what I voted for. I keep hearing that and seeing that over various social media platforms, and I find it a bit difficult to believe because y'all are saying it as if there weren't many people forewarning you that this type of stuff would occur. Like, you know what I mean? This wasn't hidden. This agenda was in plain sight. We pushed you to read Project 2025. We encouraged and motivated you to see how history was repeating itself. We tried our best to bring awareness to things before they happened. This wasn't hidden. You definitely heard the concerns that many people had prior to this administration taking power yet again. So you either heard it and didn't believe what we were saying, or you didn't care. And I even see now former members of Congress taking to social media to express their vitriol. And I want to address that idea that both parties, both sides are the same really quickly, because in the situation of this specific former Congresswoman, I want to make people very aware that there have been members of Congress and many people who have been speaking out against this administration since the beginning, who have been in opposition to this administration for a very long time, who have received death threats.
I regret voting for Trump. You guys told me I would, and here we are, just barely over a month after he was sworn in, and I have so many reasons, so many disappointments, and I've lost so many rights as a woman already. So I guess I'll just start listing the reasons why. So many rights gone as a woman, starting with I mean, did I lose rights? I thought I did. See, I was told so many times by the left that I lost all of my rights because I'm a woman. So I mean, I thought for sure I did, but now that I'm trying to come up with a list, it's just not coming to the tip of my tongue here. I don't know. Maybe we'll try again after I do some research.
I regret my vote. I never thought I'd say that, but I regret my vote. I voted for Trump. And now, in the first few weeks of his presidency, thousands of people are losing their jobs. I lost my job. I was the director of operations of bear studies. For the last 4 years, we've been studying whether or not bears in fact shit in the woods. And now it's gone. It's all gone. What am I supposed to tell my family? What am I supposed to tell them? If you voted for Trump, I don't even know what to say. So fuck you. All the money being taken, all the jobs being lost. I don't know what to do.
What this final stretch reveals is the difference between warning and consequence. Members of Congress who oppose this administration from the start, some facing death threats for doing so, made their concerns public well before votes were cast. That's a matter of political record, not hindsight. And it reframes the entire arc of this video. The job losses, the frozen research funding, the rollback of rural programs, the economic disappointment, none of it happened without warning. It happened despite warning. The through line across every hook in this video is the same. Promises made on a campaign stage collided with the reality of governing, and the people absorbing that collision are the voters themselves, across farms, offices, construction sites, and federal agencies. Whether this becomes a lasting shift in political loyalty or a temporary moment of frustration depends on what happens next, at the ballot box, in Congress, and in how accountability, if any, is enforced. So the question worth sitting with is this. When the people who warned you were right, what does it take for that warning to actually change how you vote next time?